Right, I'm going to break down the case so far for everybody who may or may not have been paying attention. Around this time, they were pretending there was a movie being made, bringing up past. Judge Maine was considered to be my father's, Robert Anthony Carter's, North Bangor, his boyfriend. That was the concept they were going on. I'm not going to prejudge the judge. However, Officer Stapleton, J. Stapleton, at the time this happened, and that was the one who was on this record, and this officer, Hannah, I don't know who they are, and Police Chief Miller clearly said to me afterwards when I went to look for crisis help. As a matter of fact, I didn't get any. I changed my mind and decided to go talk to Police Chief Miller himself. When I saw his car, I wanted to know about all of this, okay? In short, he said, this incident didn't happen. I did not have paperwork until I went to the court the other day, okay? They did not give me this paperwork. I did not have a copy of this. I'm guessing they were hoping it would go away. But the problem is they made sure it was dropped. Okay, the temporary order of protection was dropped. The judge even said her complaint does not make sense, and I am glad because she had me. The cat was harassing. See, even this officer spelled my name right, but it's not spelled right other places, right? This one was spelled right, and that was not. The cat was harassing the dog, and tried to ask her to stop yelling at me. Tried to ignore her, but this keeps happening every day. I begin to fear walking out of my door. No, see, if you were scared, sweetie, you wouldn't have been on that patio. I've been there in that fear. But these two officers, this incident, quote unquote, when a police officer says this incident didn't happen after that, it means the police are embarrassed they were ever connected to that. It did not happen. Affirmed under penalty of perjury on 27th of June. Right. And it was received July 1st. And dealt with on the 14th. Well, I have proof, in other words, in writing, that even Officer Miller is full of shit, okay? Penalty of perjury. I did not appreciate anyone assuming I am stupid and or retarded. And one thing I don't understand is why is the name misspelled here when it is clearly not misspelled there, okay? And it had to be resent in, right? I don't get why Officer Stapleton, and who's this? I never got a copy of these. I had to get this when I went to court on the 14th. Right? These people don't exist. Okay? They don't exist. She does. I do. But these officers do not exist. If they exist, they're not going to have a job for very long. Because somebody lied and made them look stupid. Now, what really happens, the concept of what really happens here on this kind of stuff, okay, guys, is this person is held responsible for all of this shit, okay? Not me, right? We were talking about someone else's cats, okay? Yells at me and her cat has attacked. Right. I never yelled, okay? I never did. You wouldn't stop yammering about your freaking life. This lady is, in fact, even told me on this day that she tried to go to Canada and they stopped her. Right at the border, okay? She was wanted somewhere out west for some misdemeanor. Penalty of perjury. Not a good concept, guys. And, on top of all that, I know where you're getting the source of the stuff poisoning the correction officers. One of the ingredients is a false shamrock plant. Now you understand why some of these people want to kill me. Well, this is called, if you're going to make a statement, make it make sense and, just because you wanted it out because the doors are covered up. Sweetie, the cover-up was to save your fucking life, not mine. Now you're stupid because you insisted. January, February, March, April, May, June. How many times do we have to... How many dates? Right. See what I'm saying? It's just that... sometimes you gotta look at certain details. You know? One thing I would like to know is how the fuck did you get this kind of concept for harass and seriously annoy when I have never once been granted anything for even so much as someone literally smashing my face in? Harassment in the first degree. Just saying.